Let's be real for a second. You don't have a focus problem. You have a can't stop getting distracted by everything problem. You open your phone to check one thing, then somehow end up watching videos of raccoons stealing food. You sit down to work. 5 minutes later, you're Googling, why do penguins mate for life? You tell yourself just one quick scroll. But suddenly, it's midnight, and you've learned absolutely nothing except that an AI-generated meme is funny. And the worst part? You knew it was happening. You saw yourself getting distracted. You even thought, I should stop this. And then you kept doing it anyway. Why? Because distractions are not random. They are designed to hijack your attention. Your phone? Built to keep you hooked? Social media? Engineered to make you scroll? Notifications? Tiny dopamine hits designed to steal your focus. And guess what? It's working. The average person checks their phone 96 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes. We spend 7 hours a day on screens, more than an entire work shift. And somehow, we still think we don't have time to focus. Look, I'm not here to tell you to delete all your apps and move to a cabin in the woods. That's not realistic. But I am here to wake you up. Because distractions are stealing your time. And the worst part? You're letting them. But here's the good news. Fixing this is simple. Not easy, but simple. Let's get into it. Step 1. Your focus isn't broken, your brain is overstimulated. Alright, here's the real problem. You don't have a bad attention span. Your brain is just addicted to quick dopamine. And no, I don't mean this in a science stuff kind of way. I mean your brain has literally been rewired to crave distractions. Ever notice how you can binge watch an entire series in one night, but reading for 10 minutes feels exhausting? You can scroll for hours without getting bored, but studying makes you want to throw your laptop out the window. You open your phone, put it down, then pick it up again seconds later for no reason? Yeah, that's not normal. That's withdrawal. Every time you check your phone, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes gambling and junk food addictive. And over time, your brain adjusts. Now, it expects fast dopamine all the time. So the second something feels even slightly boring, your brain panics. It craves stimulation. It makes you feel restless. It makes you search for distractions, even when you don't need them. This is why deep work feels impossible. Reading a book feels like torture. Sitting still for 5 minutes makes you reach for your phone, because your brain is hooked on instant rewards. And if you don't fix it, focusing will always feel hard. The solution? Train your brain to handle boredom again. The real key to beating distractions isn't forcing yourself to focus. It's making boredom feel normal again. Here's how. Boredom training. Yes, this is a real thing. Every day spend 10 minutes doing nothing. No phone, no music, just sit there. At first, your brain will hate this. It'll feel uncomfortable. But the more you do it, the easier deep focus becomes. The dopamine reset. If you always switch between 5 different apps, stop. Reduce fast dopamine activities, like jumping between TikTok, Netflix, and YouTube all at once. Try just one task at a time. Your brain will start adjusting. Make deep work less painful. If you hate studying, do it with a good coffee or snack. If work feels boring, add music or ambient noise. The more you associate focus with something enjoyable, the easier it gets. This isn't about fixing your focus overnight. It's about making focus feel normal again. And if you do this, your ability to concentrate will improve fast. Step 2. Your phone isn't the problem. How you use it is all right, let's be real. You are not going to delete social media. You are not going to throw your phone away. And you are definitely not going to switch to a dumb phone like some productivity guru. So instead of pretending we can live without our phones, let's just use them smarter. How to stop your phone from controlling you without deleting anything. Instead of fighting your phone, make it work for you. Here's how. The 5-second rule for checking your phone. Before you check your phone, ask yourself, why am I opening this? If you don't have a good answer, put it down. This stops you from checking it out of habit. Make distractions slightly annoying. Move your most distracting apps off your home screen. Turn off non-essential notifications. If you really need to focus, put your phone just out of reach. Trick your brain with focused scrolling. If you're going to waste time, at least make it useful time. Follow creators who actually teach something valuable. This way, even when you're scrolling, you're still learning. This isn't about quitting your phone. It's about using it smarter. And if you do this, you'll waste way less time. Step 3. Build your focus muscle without hating your life. Okay, so you know distractions are stealing your time and your brain has been rewired to chase dopamine like a TikTok-addicted lab rat. Now what? You need to retrain your brain, but in a way that doesn't make you miserable, because let's be honest, telling yourself to just focus doesn't work. Forcing yourself to do deep work for 5 hours straight also doesn't work. Going full monk mode and cutting off the internet? You'll last 2 days max. So here's what actually does work. Methods that are so easy you can start today. The 2-minute trick, because getting started is the hardest part. You don't need to focus for an hour right away. That's like trying to run a marathon when you haven't jogged in years. Instead, try this. Set a timer for just 2 minutes. Do deep work for only those 2 minutes. When the timer ends, you can stop. But here's the secret. Once you start, you'll usually keep going. Because 90% of the time, getting started is the hardest part. Your brain resists work before you start. But once you're in it, it's way easier to keep going. Try it. It's stupidly simple, and it works. Stacking wins. Make focus addictive instead of painful. One of the biggest reasons people fail at focusing is because they turn it into suffering. They go from mindless scrolling to forcing themselves into 5-hour study sessions, then wonder why they burn out. Instead, do this. Start with small wins. Even 5 to 10 minutes of deep work counts. Track your progress. Use a simple notepad or app. Just check off each focused session. Celebrate even small improvements. If you focused longer today than yesterday, you're winning. Why does this work? Because your brain loves progress. When you make focus feel like something you're getting better at, you actually start enjoying it. And when that happens, it stops feeling like a chore. The no guilt break rule. Yes, you need breaks, but do it right. Here's where most people mess up. They try to work non-stop for hours, but eventually their brain taps out. Then what happens? They take a break, but feel guilty the whole time. They scroll, but they're not even enjoying it because they know they should be working. End result? You feel burnt out and unproductive. So instead, use the no guilt break rule. Work hard, then take a real break. No guilt, no stress, fully enjoy it. Set a clear start and stop time. No endless scrolling, just a break long enough to reset. Use breaks as rewards. 1 hour of deep work equals 15 minutes of guilt-free chill time. When you structure breaks intentionally, they stop feeling like wasted time. Instead, they help you recharge, so you can go back to deep work without feeling like your brain is melting. The one-tab rule, because multitasking is fake productivity. Look, I hate to break it to you, but multitasking isn't real. You're not doing 2 things at once. You're just switching between them really fast. And guess what? That makes you slower and dumber. So instead of juggling 20 open tabs, do this. Only have 1 task open at a time. Finish that task before moving to the next. If you catch yourself switching tabs, stop. At first, your brain will fight this. It'll scream, I need all 17 of these tabs. But after a few days, your ability to focus deeply on one thing will skyrocket. Try it. You'll be shocked at how much faster you work. Final wake-up call. Who's really in control? All right, we're at the end. So let me ask you one last thing. Who's in control? Is it you, or is it your distractions? Because right now, if we're being completely honest, it's probably not you. And that's a problem. Every time you check your phone without thinking, you're letting distractions win. Every time you lose an hour scrolling, you're handing over your potential. Every time you say, I'll be better tomorrow, but nothing changes, You're choosing to stay stuck. And if you don't fix this now, nothing will change. A year from now, you'll still be struggling with focus. You'll still be distracted. You'll still be wondering where your time went. Unless you decide to take back control. Because the second you take control of your focus, you take control of everything. The 1-week challenge that will transform your focus. Okay, if you're serious about fixing this, here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, do these 3 things. Use the 2-minute trick. Just start with 2 minutes of deep work. No pressure, just start. Follow the no guilt break rule. Work hard, take breaks, but do both intentionally. Try the 1-tab rule. Stop pretending multitasking is real. 1 task at a time. That's it. Just 1 week. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to go full productivity monk mode. But if you actually try these for just 7 days, you will notice a difference. And after a week, you won't want to go back. So, are you in? Or are we having this same conversation again next year? Drop a comment if you're in. Let's fix your focus. For real this time.